Mic check, 1, 2, 3, mic check. We are talking about Hey, it's Texas. I'm coming to you guys a little bit before our newscast to give you an update on what we're watching with the winter storm. I'm meteorologist Sarah Blue, and I will be going over and checking our Facebook comments. So if you guys have any questions, I will try my best to get to them and answer them on air for you, or I should say on digital for you here. Otherwise, let's start talking about that winter storm watch that was issued this morning. This is new as of today. A winter storm watch was issued for the counties highlighted in blue. If that's your county, please listen up. That's going into effect Thursday and continuing through Friday for the winter storms that are coming through. And it's not just us here in East Texas. It extends into parts of Oklahoma, out toward Arkansas, Louisiana, and back toward the Dallas Metroplex. Now, what we're expecting with this winter storm watch is that, like I said, it's going into effect Thursday and Friday. The things that we're watching from the National Weather Service: between 2 to 6 inches of snow accumulation. So that's not just falling, that's accumulation on the ground. Up to ½ an inch of ice accumulation on the ground as well. Travel is going to be very dangerous, so if you can stay home and stay off the roads, that's going to be the safest option for you on Thursday into Friday. Now, this is for that whole area that I mentioned. However, we will be closer to the lower end for most of our East Texas cities because, like I said, it does extend north into parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. However, we are expecting a mix of sleet, snow, ice, rain. It's going to make travel very dangerous. So we just got an update on this today. This is our winter storm severity index. It's issued by the Weather Prediction Center, and it's similar to, if you guys remember, during severe weather season, we'll often talk about a level 1, a level 2, level 3, 4, 5 risk. This is similar to that, except it's for impacts from the winter storm that's coming through. And we just had an update around 7 a.m. this morning. An extreme impact, that's the highest that we have for areas along I-20. That's right here in East Texas. That is the highest that they issue for areas in this purple. So we're talking Tyler, parts of Gregg County toward Longview, back to Marshall, parts of Palestine, Jacksonville, and maybe just to the east of Athens as well. Please be very, very cautious. The way that the Weather Prediction Center describes this is that they're saying travel is difficult and extremely dangerous. We'll likely have some widespread closures on the roads. Please make sure that you are staying safe. Like I said, if you can stay off of the roads Thursday into Friday, that's going to be the best for you. However, widespread impacts all across the Piney Woods. So let me walk you through the timing of it all. I'm starting the clock Thursday early in the morning. We'll start to see some snow, maybe sleet, freezing rain falling sometime early Thursday. Right now it looks between 6 and maybe 9 a.m. We should start to see that out to our northwest. This will slowly continue to become more widespread. By the afternoon, we are tracking a decent amount of rain and snow. For the areas in green, that's what we're seeing, that's rain. For this purple area, or excuse me, I should say this pink area, that's what's called a wintry mix. So we're talking a mix of snow, sleet, freezing rain, normal rain. All of it is just going to be a whole mixed bag of dicey weather for the pink. Areas up to the north in blue, that's pretty consistent snowfall, and that's going to be mainly areas along and north of I-20, maybe parts of the I-20 corridor as well. Remember, this is what we could see around 2 o'clock. This is still a few days out though, so don't get too hung up on the specific time. Talk about more of the wider time period, so morning, midday, in the afternoon. And by the afternoon, we start to see things pick up a little bit. That's when we have more widespread rain coverage, as well as sleet, snow coming through. As we get the rain coming through, if it's still sitting out on the roads for parts toward Nacogdoches Center and parts of Deep East Texas, things are getting very cold. Thursday night, we could have it freeze into some slippery ice out there. Now, overnight Thursday, that's when we're going to see the bulk of this come through. So it's becoming more widespread at that time. It's continuing into parts of Friday morning, and we will see that still impacting the skies and the roadways, as well as the majority of East Texas all the way through Friday morning. The weather models are now having it go out sometime Friday in the midday hours, but that's as far as we can get out with our high resolution data. We'll continue to bring you the latest. I'll have more later in the day today, and our chief meteorologist will have an update once again later in the afternoon. But freezing rain, that's something that we are tracking with this system. Heavier ice accumulation for areas in the deep pink. This is between now and 6 a.m. Friday. That's as far as we can get our high resolution data out. So less than half an inch of ice accumulation, but still this is going to be very slick and could coat the roadways. The bigger thing that we're watching is if this freezes on trees or power lines, that could cause some power outages. So go ahead and prepare now. If you were to lose power, you want to make sure that you are prepared. So that's what we're expecting. Freezing rain, more so out to the east where we'll have the bigger impacts of that. In terms of snow, for areas along I-30, it looks pretty consistent that we will see a decent falling of snow. Some flurries along I-20, heavier pockets of snow for areas closer to the Arklatex. Most of our areas will see, or I should say most of our East Texas cities should see anywhere between 1 to 6 inches of snowfall as this comes through. Most of it will come through in the overnight hours and into parts of early Friday morning. So snow for areas north of I-20, rain for areas south and along I-20 and kind of the whole middle part of East Texas. That's where we're expecting a mixed bag. So sleet, snow, rain, all of that, just it's going to be a bit of a dicey situation. So start preparing now. Make sure you have supplies for your home and your vehicle. Check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. And of course, if you're using a space heater, make sure that you are using that carefully. You don't want to accidentally start a fire in your home if that's too close to a flammable object. Fuel for your heating sources, you'll need that. Make sure your pets are coming indoors. It's going to be dangerously cold. Please bring them inside. If you have outdoor animals like cows or horses, make sure that they have a warm place to go to if they can come inside a barn. That is going to be good for them, but dogs and cats need to be brought indoors. Make sure that you have a way to get warnings. We can be one of them here at CBS19. If you have a NOAA weather radio, great option for that too. And then locate your warming center. If you do lose power and you need to get to a warm place while you're waiting for your power to come back on, we have a list of those on our website, CBS19.tv. It's under list, and I believe it is warming centers of East Texas. If not, it's East Texas warming centers. You'll be able to find it that way. All right, but what we're looking at, so what is likely? Snow, sleet, and freezing rain. That's going to start Thursday morning and continue into Friday afternoon. What is possible? Heavy snow north of I-30 and significant ice accumulations near and south of I-20. That is what's possible. Now, what is not likely? Widespread heavy snow. Any heavy snow would be far to our north. In deep East Texas, we are also not expecting a repeat of what happened in 2021. This is not going to be a repeat of Snowmageddon. I want to ease any of your fears that are coming out of that. However, we will have a bit of a dicey situation, but if you are able to keep yourself warm and stay home as long as you have power, you're definitely going to get through this. If you do lose power, just make sure that you can get to a warm spot to ride this out until your power comes back on. All right, what we're looking at now, just clouds, nothing that is impacting us just yet. It's coming in Thursday, starting in the morning, continuing into Friday. But we can see our storm system popping up on our satellite radar. Out toward Los Angeles and Las Vegas, that's where we're seeing this little storm system pop up. That's what our central low is. So this low pressure system is on its way to us. Well, it's what's fueling all of this. So it's going to dig its way down to the south, and it's going to tap into this moisture that's down here, this humidity. It's going to shove that up into the piney woods, and all of that moisture colliding with the cold air and just this extra little spark that's going to come through that I'll show you in a second. It's what's going to blow this whole thing into this snowstorm that we're seeing, or I should say more of this winter storm. Snowstorm for areas far to our north. For us, it's a mixed bag. So what that little spark is going to be is this secondary low pressure system that's coming in, just giving us that spark to get more widespread winter precipitation coverage. eventually that clears out of here and we are left with clear skies over the weekend. Still, it's going to be very cold as we have that low pressure system coming in. It's going to funnel in colder air. Right now, I have our high on Thursday at 35 degrees, 36 in Longview and in Henderson, 35 toward Nacogdoches, maybe a few 40s, but for the most part on Thursday, we will be just hitting the 30s, and that's our highest temperature of the day. That means for the majority of the day, we'll spend it at or below freezing. So please make sure that you are remembering the 4 Ps: people, pets, pipes, and plants. You need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your loved ones. Bundle up. If you have some of those hand warmers, I recently bought them online, the ones that you can recharge. That was a lifesaver. Bring your pets inside. I just mentioned that it's going to be dangerous for them. Protect your pipes. If you can drip them or cover them, that's going to be a great option as well. And then, of course, protect your plants. If you have any plants that you are worried about that are more so flower types or in a pot that you can bring inside, that's a good option as well. And then anything that you're worried about outside, and go ahead and cover that. And of course, try to keep it as safe as possible. Otherwise, this is what we're looking at over the next 7 days. 41 as your high today and tomorrow. We're dropping down into 30s on Thursday, Friday. That's when we're really tracking that weather impact alert as we have the showers, or I should say the snow, sleet, and rain and freezing rain and all of that winter weather coming through. The good news is any ice that's still out should be gone on Saturday. Most of it, I think, will clear out if we get some sunshine in here on Friday, but Saturday into Sunday, lots of sunshine coming in. We'll be warming up. That should melt away any of the ice. Now I'm going to go ahead and walk over here and see if we got any questions on Facebook. If you guys have any out there, I would love to answer them. Alrighty. I am seeing questions about Mineola. Okay, Mineola, you guys are kind of just on the border. Let me walk you back through future skycast there. Take me a second. Let me just go through my graphics real fast so we can get it. Alrighty, this is future skycast. Let's look at some freezing rain. So yeah, for areas near Mineola, you should get some freezing rain. There is a chance for some snow out there as well. Not a ton of snow, but it is a decent amount. Remember, the numbers that you're seeing here are just one weather model's output, so don't get tied too closely to them just yet. What I can tell you is areas north of I-20 will get a decent amount of snow. Nothing really heavy, though, until you get farther north. For areas along I-20, it's going to be a mixed bag, but really, if we're talking toward Mineola, I'd say between 2 to 4 might be on the high end there. Just be aware of that. It will also come as we have some ice and sleet freezing on the roadways, so make sure that you are staying safe there. All right, I'm getting questions also about Henderson. Okay, Henderson, you guys pretty consistently have not been in that area where we could see snowfall. Maybe a small amount, but I would suspect it would be less than an inch. More so, it's going to be freezing rain that's heading out toward Henderson. We could get some ice accumulation there as well, so make sure that you are staying safe. Like I said, if you can stay off of the roadways, that's going to be a great option. Let me walk you back through a future skycast so I can just show you this real fast. So we do have those storms coming in from the west. As we get some sleet and some rain coming in here, that's going to just continue to become more widespread, especially toward Henderson. Now, what we're watching here, especially with Henderson toward Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, are deep East Texas counties. That's where we have ice and freezing rain and snow coming in. The thing that we're kind of worried about this is even if it does come through as rain, if it hits the ground and it freezes very quickly because the ground is just so cold. Like I said, most of the day will be below the freezing mark. And if it gets frozen, especially after the sun goes down, it is going to stay that way into Friday. So just make sure that you are staying weather aware. And again, that's going to bring some ice that will last, so the roads will be very slick. If you can stay off the roads, that's going to be a great idea. Of course, this will continue all the way through the evening hours. Like I said, once we get this coming through, this could come through as freezing rain, so it freezes instantaneously, and it's not just on the ground. It could happen on the side of your vehicle, on your windshield wipers, or your rear view, your side mirror. That's the word that I'm looking for. Your side mirror, or on tree branches, on power lines, on the side of your home. So just be aware of that. And of course, this could knock down some tree branches if we get enough ice accumulation. This is mainly going to be for areas south of I-20 for deep East Texas. So make sure that you are watching out for that. And of course, if you do have to drive out on those roadways for work if you're an essential worker. Please drive slowly and cautiously. If you are able to get something to help your vehicle drive a little bit smoother out there, get a bit better of a grip, that's going to help you. Like I said, continuing into Friday with all of that stormy weather, then that should clear out sometime by midday, maybe afternoon on Friday. We still will have clouds, so I don't think that the majority of the ice will get out of here, but it will clear out by the time we get to the weekend. All right, I'm going to see if there are any more questions out on Facebook. All righty, it looks like that should be all right. I'm seeing some questions about school cancellations. In terms of school cancellations, that will be decided by each individual ISD. We will, of course, continue to keep you updated. If we know anything about school cancellations, you will know as well. I suspect that given the weather, many schools will go ahead and cancel to keep the students off of the roadways, but still, we will continue to bring you updated. I'm sure that we will put a list together and put it on our website. Like I said, right now, we don't know anything for sure, but I can tell you about the weather. But please make sure that you are staying weather aware. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that 7-day forecast. So we'll pop that up. You can get a look at what we're seeing over the next 7 days. Please make sure that you are staying weather aware and staying safe. We hope that you are staying warm out there on CBS. We all here at CBS19 hope that you are staying warm and safe and dry. Sending you the best and hope that you stay safe. We'll have more coming up at noon and, of course, on CBS19 and CBS19 Plus.